Alright, hello class. And the last video I showed you how to make a tree-like shape and turn it into a brush, and it really becomes great to use when making street trees. I think the best here. So I already have made from the last video, but just in case you didn't see, I have a tree layer that I am on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a green. That would be a good sort of green color for a tree, and adjust this later on as the stroke color. And I'm going to come and use my pen tool. And what I'll do is I'll just sort of trace around where a tree would be placed, which is generally, if it's just, I mean, it could be, it depends on where it's placed. In this case, I'm going to assume that it is to the inside of the sidewalk. It might be on the exterior edge of the sidewalk. It might be in a parkway or something like that, all dependent on your site plan that you're doing. And you might totally see there's a green stroke being applied across the entire way, and I'll just keep tracing around. Now if I was doing this, I'd probably trace around the entire of this sidewalk, but just for the sake of the video, I'll just end that line there as a demonstration. And I'll select this line, and in the last video I went to brushes and I made this tree brush, so I'll just go ahead and select on that tree brush, and we can see it's made a bunch of trees aligning that. Now, street trees aren't necessarily the biggest trees you'll find, and I sort of started from that point, from a large tree, so I need to go and I need to adjust my line weight to something smaller. 0.5 in this case might work. It depends on your scale and how big you made your trees, so we'll go and do that. And then if you want to adjust the color, you can come through here and adjust the color. That made it lighter. You might want to make it darker. I actually like the darker look, so I'm going to keep the darker look here. And once you've got it going, you can go and trace around wherever you think you might have street trees. So maybe I have a street tree here, and I'll just take the properties of this guy, the color, and the stroke of that one. So there we go, we got that set there. Got to break it for this break in the sidewalk here, and you keep going up here. I of course would keep the line going. I might even be able to skip all the way over to here. Set the brush, set it to match, just like that, and keep going. So I'm going to pause this video because there's a lot of street trees. There can be a lot of street trees, but it's really easy because it's just a straight line. I'll pause it, come back when I've finished. So there you go. I just traced around all the other edges, pretty quickly, and set them to the brush, set the stroke, set the color, and that's how easy street trees can become. And again, when you zoomed out, you sort of get that texture of trees. Shadows are always important for trees. We'll look at that later when I get to shadows. There are a few other kinds of trees I'll look at. The next video I'm going to use the same brush, and we'll just put trees about the site plan.